Well, it's Sunday and it's bread pudding day for dessert after lunch. I'm so excited. So let's just grab the bread pudding from the fridge and pop this out. Okay. Oh, beautiful. Just gonna press this down a bit more. So it's all soaked up, all of the royal batter. That's all soaked up. I'm gonna pull this off now. We don't need this anymore. Oh, that looks beautiful. Can you see that? So what we're going to do, we're going to take our pan now. I'm going to put this on the pan. And I'm going to get a bit of cinnamon sugar from yesterday. From the cupboard. So you can always make a big batch of this whenever you're making bread pudding, just save it. So I have some here put aside, and I'm going to sprinkle some more on top here. It's just me. I just love cinnamon sugar. So sprinkle a bit more on top. Get it all over. I can see the raisins as well too. They look so delicious. And you don't have to use this. You can use any kind of dish. You know, you can use a really nice dish to bake this in. But one of the things I think that's really important is when you're gonna bake this, you just want to wipe the sides really. If you have like a white dish or whatever dish, you want to wipe the sides really clean, because you want when it bakes that you don't have any specks of any cinnamon or any milk or anything along the sides. You want to wipe everything nice and clean. Alright, so we're going to get ready to pop this in the oven. What I generally would do, but I will do it here so you can see, I would take this to my oven and then we'll pour my water. But you want to bake this on a water bath. So I'm going to pour it here so you can see. But I would do this in the oven generally, because you know, if you trying to get to the oven with water in the pan, it's kind of wobbly. So it's best to do this, push this pan in the oven with the bread pudding, and then pour this water. So this is called a water bath. It's going to generate some steam at the bottom of the pan along inside the oven as well to keep this nice and moist. So I have my oven already set at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're going to go ahead and pop this in the oven. So here we go. See what I said about wobbling? So I have to go quite slowly actually. There we go. So you're going to push this in. Good, so generally I would put the pan, the empty pan, with the bread pudding there, and then I would take my water and I would pour it here, so I don't have to do that. But I wanted to show you. So that's in the oven. Oven set 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I check it like after an hour or so, and we'll look at it. In the interim, we can't have bread pudding without sauce. So I want to show you how to make a simple sauce that you can try at home. Basically, I just use 3 ingredients. I use some sweet condensed milk, which I absolutely love. I use nutmeg seed, and I use some rum. So what we're going to do, I'll take a nutmeg seed out, and these ones are already shelled for you, so you don't have to take the shell or anything off. Just open up this condensed milk and pull this off. You know, we kind of have this in Barbados when we have our snow cones and so forth. It's so delicious. So I'm going to pour this in here. That's so delicious. I'm going to need a spatula to scrape this out. So let's just scrape this out. So take all this out. There we go. It's all coming out. I love condensed milk. Oh, so delicious. I can smell it. It smells so good. So good. We call it condensed milk or sweet milk in Barbados. Good, so we got that out. What we're gonna do next, we're gonna take some nutmeg. And I would highly recommend, if you can invest in a microplane, you can buy this overseas or somewhere. But this gives a nice fine grater, so I'm gonna grate the nutmeg. Or a small little grater, whatever you have, is fine. I want you to make the sauce. And we're gonna put a bit of this nutmeg, not a lot of it, because nutmeg has a very strong flavor. So what you do is, you can always add, as I always learned years ago, but you can't take out. And then of course you can add some rum. Just enough rum to let down the consistency of it and also to give flavor. So add that amount for right now. Now let's just whisk this up. Stick your whisk and whisk this up. Now this is going to really be a lovely sauce of bread pudding. So I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and taste it now. And then once I taste it, I can tell whether I need to add any more rum or nutmeg. And the other thing about nutmeg, you might not taste a very strong flavor of nutmeg initially, but nutmeg tends to stay in and kind of draws in terms of flavor. So you don't want to add too much because as it sits, it's going to take on a more intensified flavor of the nutmeg. So let's just taste some of this. That's good, but I can sense it needs a bit more rum. So I don't have much rum here, so I'm going to go ahead and add all of this rum. So that's all in there now. Save that just in case we need it. And it needs a bit more nutmeg. So let's just put a bit more in here. There we go. I think that might be enough. Let's just whisk this up now. Okay, let's taste this as well. So, here we go again. That's lovely. I can taste a hint of the nutmeg going through there. Don't want to add too much more of it because it's too strong. If you add a bit more. And I can also taste the rum as well. And I want to have like a consistency, a pouring consistency. So that's great. Alright, so I'm going to put this in a container. We're going to wait on this bread pudding. And afterwards, you and I are going to have a piece of bread pudding together and check this out. Okay, I'm smelling bread pudding. Seems like finished. Let's just check on it and see how it's doing. Oh wow, that looks outstanding. Wow. Let's just lift this up. Okay. Let's turn this off.
Songwriter Vault.
Let's grab another mitten. Okay. There's my bread pudding. That's the bread pudding right there. Wow, it looks so delicious. Wow, that looks great. Alright, so what we're going to do now, I have a bit of I made some pineapple syrup the other day. I'll show you how to make that as well, not difficult at all. So I'm going to use that to glaze it. But if you have any kind of jam at home, like apricot jam or guava jam, strawberry jam, whatever jam you have, you just kind of put it in a pot with a little water, a drop of water, heat it up, take a brush, and you're going to just brush the top with it. But I had some pineapple syrup laying around in the fridge. So it was a bit stiff, so I had to actually put on the stove in the pot to put on top. So here we have, this is our pineapple syrup. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a brush. I'm going to have to buy a brush. I'll tell you what, tomorrow, I'm going to go to the store, I'm going to buy a brush. I'm going to just put a bit of this on here. But I'm going to have to use like a paper towel or something just to brush it on. Oh, actually I can use the back of the spoon. So kind of glaze this on top here, on top of the bread pudding. Oh, this looks beautiful, lovely. So kind of put this glaze in. This glaze will add some shine, and it's also going to add a great pineapple flavor on top as well too. And this bread pudding looks so nice and moist and soft. Okay, let's just get all of this syrup on. Wow, that looks good. So I think I'm almost there. I hope you can smell this. I wish you could smell this. This smells so great. So just pop this here in the sink. And the other thing we want to do, I have some icing sugar. I'm going to put a little bit of that on top. So just get a little, you want to get like a little strainer, sieve, whatever you have around the house in the kitchen. And just kind of knock this a little bit like this. Great. And that is our bread pudding. Let me just show it to you. Oh. Guys, can you see that? That looks delicious. And we're gonna have the bread pudding. We have the rum sauce. And I'm gonna go ahead and scoop some of this out for my dessert. I just had lunch actually. I had a good lunch. I had some butter chicken and some basmati rice for lunch today. So this would now be for dessert. And I also have some ice cream in the fridge as well. So I'm gonna put this on the plate as well too. And have this with my dessert. I can't wait to dig into this. Now it's time to try the bread pudding. So I got my dish here. I got my spoon. Let's just cut into this. Oh, wow, it's so soft and tender. Look at that. Look at that. So soft and moist, and that's because we allowed it to soak overnight. So I'm gonna put that right there. I gotta get another piece. One piece like that is not enough for me. Look how moist that is. And I kind of poured my rum sauce in here. It has a little pour. So I'm gonna pour this over here now. Delicious. Oh, can't forget ice cream. I got some Hazzard. This one is dulce de leche. So you can put some ice cream with it at home as well. Take a bit of this out.
Songwriter Vault.
And that's there. Now let's now taste this here. Guys, you see this? This looks so good. I just want to taste it. Wow. This thing is so delicious. I'm partial to rum sauce. Not my rum sauce. I'm gonna put a little bit more because I love rum sauce. But it's so good. Oh wow. Let's get a bit of ice cream with it. This is so delicious. Wow. Let's try it. This thing is good. This is so good. Listen, I'm John Hazzard, and for me it's all about food. I gotta go, guys, and put a movie on, put my feet up and relax and enjoy my bread pudding. If you like this video, just click like, subscribe, and share it with as many people as possible. See you next time. I hope you enjoy this video.